So, good day everyone. So, this is your part or this is the part 2 of the discussion regarding the personal identification. Kasali pa rin po ito sa coverage ng ating midterm examination. So, let's continue our discussion. So, let's talk about the methods used in excision of the flesh from the inside of the fingers. So, tatlo po yan. We have the scraping, cutting, and trimming. Okay, kapag sinabi nating scraping, okay, ini-scrap po lahat, tinatanggal lahat ng greases, ng fats doon sa loob ng fingers na kinat. Okay, then cutting, same, you need to cut the first joint or the second joint. Trimming naman, ibig pong sabihin ng trimming, kailangan mo po siyang bawasan. You need to trim the fingers. Okay? If the skin is very pliable, the operator should attempt to place it over one of his fingers and try several points. So, for example, na-scrap na lahat, na-dry na po siya, the process is now done. Okay? Kailangan pong isuot or i-place ni technician doon sa fingers niya, and then he or she need to try, okay, to impress that fingerprint in the fingerprint card. Kailangan po niyang makita yung mga several points po or kung meron po bang ridges na lumilitaw. Okay, if such point are not suitable, flatten the skin between two pieces of glass and photograph. Kung talagang hindi po talaga makita doon sa impression, you need to flatten the skin, okay, into two pieces, and then i-place mo doon sa glass, doon sa transparent glass, and then you need to photograph. Okay, ganun po ang gagawin kapag sa excision of the fingers. Then, in cases of desiccation or charring dead bodies, alam niyo naman na po what is this desiccation. Ano naman yung charring bodies? Kapag sinabi po nating charring bodies, that are bodies who is been or who have been burned. Ibig sabihin, mga nasunog po na katawan. So, for example, nasunog, natanggal yung first joint, nasunog yung first joint, ang gagawin po ng ating technician or the fingerprint expert, the fingers at the second joint, okay, yung pangalawa, this one, yung nasa gitna, the middle phalanges or phalanx, yun po ang kukunin. And then, the technician or the expert need to dissolve yung second joint po or yung second part of the finger doon po sa tinatawag po nating hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. In simple term, tinatawag po siyang potash for 30 minutes. Kailangan pong ilublob po doon. When it resume in its normal size by the absorption of the solution, it is inked and printed. So, for example, tawag po dito na na-soak na po yung fingers doon sa solution po natin, which is the potash. Okay, after 30 minutes po, kapag nag-normalize na po yung itsura ng fingers po na yun, okay, kailangan na po siyang i-fingerprint. Okay? I-ink, lagyan ng ink yung fingers, and then you need, or the technician need to print that finger. Okay? In cases po yan ng desiccation or charring body. So, potash, ang itsura po niyan is this one. Para lang po siyang flour. Okay? Ganyan po ang itsura ng tinatawag po nating potash. So, i-dissolve po yan. Once na ma-dissolve, isusok po doon yung second joint ng fingers for 30 minutes. Next, we have the fingerprint classification. So, we have the methods of comparing or identifying prints. Diba? Alam na po natin ito. We have the AFIS. We have the live scan method of fingerprinting. Kung paano po kinukuha digitally yung mga fingerprints po natin. So, electronic fingerprinting, automated fingerprint identification system, or yung tinatawag po nating AFIS. This can digitize fingerprint information to produce inkless fingerprints. Ibig pong sabihin, itong tinatawag po nating AFIS, once po na kinuhanan ka po ng fingerprint, no need na kailangan pa po natin ng fingerprint ink or any other kits. Okay? Ang kailangan lang po natin is the purloin pad kung saan mo po i-impress yung kamay mo. Okay? Why? Para po makuha digitally yung prints or fingerprint mo sa fingers mo po. Okay, so tinatawag po siyang inkless fingerprints. Why inkless? Kasi po, hindi na po tayo gumamit ng fingerprint ink or any other kits para po matulungan tayong mai-impress ng malinaw yung fingerprint po natin. Latent fingerprints are scanned and converted into an electronic image. So, once na na-impress mo sa purloin pad, makikita mo po agad sa laptop. Okay, digital po yan agad. Mas madali po, and also mas madali mong makikita yung mga tinatawag po nating minutia. Then we have the live scan method of fingerprinting. Dito naman po, it records, stores, and transmit fingerprints digitally. So dito, pwede kang mag-record, pwede kang mag-save ng data, and then pwede ka ring mag-transmit. Ibig sabihin ng transmit, pwede mong ipasa. This method allows the police to place a suspect finger on a glass plate which is read by a special device to produce a digital image of the print. Okay, so ginagamit na po ito. This image can be transmitted over a telephone lines to computerized criminal record center. So, hindi lang po laptop to laptop or computer to computer. Okay, pwede rin po siyang i-transmit through telephone. So, pwede po yan sa tinatawag po nating live scan method of fingerprinting. Then, we have the laser fingerprinting. This eliminates the mess of ink fingerprints and also many of the problems associated with. Laser, ibig sabihin, para lang po siyang photocopy or Xerox machine. Diba? May laser po yung Xerox machine po natin. Ganito din po yung laser fingerprinting. Para po, kagaya ng sabi ko, hindi na po tayo gumamit or kailangang gumamit ng mga fingerprint ink, powders po, para lang po makuha po natin yung tinatawag po nating latent prints or fingerprints. Then, we have the fingerprint system. Okay, an arrangement which in order to effectively utilize fingerprints in criminal investigation provides for their systematic collection, classification, arrangement, custody, and use. We have two subsystems. Okay, we have the 10 fingerprint system and we have the single fingerprint system. Kapag po sinabi nating 10 fingerprint system, whose basic material is the 10 fingerprints, which is this one, of the suspect whose purpose is to confirm the identity and criminal history of an arrested suspect. So, eto po, kapag sinabi po nating 10, etong 10 mga daliri, kamay, at charot. Etong 10 daliri po natin. Okay? Kapag naman po sinabi nating single fingerprint system, whose basic material is the fingerprint collected from the suspect individually. So, ibig sabihin, ito pa rin po, hindi ka naman makakakulat ng fingerprint kung hindi po itong 10 mga daliri. Diba? Pero ang ginawa lang po, okay, tinake lang po siya individually, isa-isa. Ito po kasi, okay, sabay-sabay. Okay, so ganun po yun. We have the 10 fingerprint system and the single fingerprint system. Then, we have the fingerprint classification system. So, in this fingerprint classification system, okay, we have the basic Henry system of classification. Okay, paano nga ba nabuo yung Henry system of classification? So, first, we have the AJ Renault extension. It is a modification of the Henry system of classification. Ibig sabihin, mas inayos, okay? Minodify, mas pinaganda. Yun po yung tinatawag nating AJ Renault extension. Okay? Classification, it is the method of attaining a formula in a set of fingerprints. So, this one, yung 10 daliri po natin, meron po siyang formula. Kaya tinatawag po siyang classification. Classification formula is the numerical description in a set of fingerprint which is composed of letters and figures written above and below the classification line like a fraction. So later on, if tatakal po natin yan. Pero kagaya po ng sabi ko in our face-to-face, papahapyawan lang po natin ito kasi by finals ko pa po siya i-explain. Hindi naman i-explain kung hindi ituturo kung paano natin kukuhanin yung formula nung 6 po na division po ng fingerprint classification po natin. Okay? So, para po siyang fraction. Kapag sinabi nating fraction, ang unang papasok sa ating utak is the numerator and the denominator. So, that is a fraction. So, classification line refers to the long line which usually, okay, the left and the right upper corner of the fingerprint chart where the finger's formula is written. So, upper right. So, for example, nakaharap po sa akin, nandito po sa right ko. Dito. Okay? Dito po sa right ko. Doon po nilalagay po yung formula po natin or the letters, the figures. Okay? Then, kagaya ng sabi ko, these are the 6 division of the classification formula. We have the primary classification, secondary classification, subsecondary classification, major division, final classification, and the key. Pero, nadagdagan na po yan. I mean, 4 lang po siya noon. 4 lang po na division ang meron tayo noon. Yung 4 na division na yon, tinatawag po siyang Henry classification system. Okay? Kaya lang, na-modify po siya, mas pinaganda, okay? Nagkaroon po tayo ng tinatawag na FBI extension. Okay? Nung nagkaroon ng FBI extension, naidagdag po yung dalawa, which is ang naidagdag, the final classification and the key classification. So, yan po yung dalawang naidagdag. Kaya po siya naging 6. Okay? Kapag sinabi po nating primary classification, it is the summation of all worlds. Ibig pong sabihin, you need to see, okay, lahat ng worlds na meron ka dito sa yung 10 daliri. Then, kapag secondary classification naman, ang titignan naman po natin is the index finger. Okay? Sa index finger po na ito, okay, titignan mo kung anong pattern po siya. Okay? Kapag nakita mo kung anong pattern, okay, meron po kasi tayong tinatawag na rat family. Kapag sinabi po nating rat family, we have the radial loop, the plane arc, and the tented arc. Okay? So, yun po yun. Rat. Later on po, makikita nyo po yung mga abbreviation po na yan. So, ang titignan po natin, for example, dito is patterns po. Okay? Capital letter group and small letter group. Then, subsecondary naman, ang titignan po natin is the index, middle, and ring finger. Pero, okay, ang ilalagay naman po dyan is yung tinatawag po nating IO or the inner and the outer, IMO, inner meeting outer. Okay, yun naman po yun. And then, major division, sa thumbs naman po natin yan. Final, it is the little finger key. Yan po yung unang loop. Okay? Na makikita mo sa daliri mo. Okay? So, yan po yung 6 na division ng classification formula or fingerprint classification formula. So, eto po yun. The position in the classification line of this division were applied are. So, eto po yun. Yan po yung pagkakasunod-sunod po niya. Okay, yan po yun. Then, so we have the primary classification, it is the summation of the numerical value assigned to whirl patterns appearing in the fingerprint chart or card, which are expressed as numerators and denominators, plus the pre-established fraction of 1 is or 1 over 1, or yung tinatawag po nating 1 over 1, tinatawag po siyang arbitrary count. Okay? Why do we have a pre-established fraction of 1 over 1? Bakit nga ba? Para, okay, to give the number value groups place in a file, or to avoid 0 over 0 or outer over outer. Okay, para po malesen yung pagkakamali. So, kailangan or kaya po nila nilagyan or dinagdagan ng tinatawag po nating arbitrary count or yung 1 over 1. Sa part po yan ng primary classification. Okay? Then we have the blocking. Kapag po sinabi nating blocking, it is the process of writing below each fingerprint pattern the corresponding symbol of its name. For example, ang nakita mo dito sa thumb mo is a loop. Anong loop po ba yun? Radial po ba or ulnar loop? So, ilalagay mo po doon sa ibaba. Tinatawag po siyang blocking. Okay? Or, ano po bang symbol nung radial loop? So, ilalagay mo po doon sa ibaba. Blocking po ang tawag doon. Whirls, patterns with numerical values. Pero kapag loops and arcs, patterns without numerical values. So, kapag whirls ang nakita mo, ibig sabihin, merong karagdagan or karampatang value or number yan. Pero kapag loops or arcs, ibig pong sabihin, without numerical value. Okay? Wala po siyang number or numerical value. Then, numerator, it is written above the line. Alam na po natin yan. Nag-elementary tayo, nag-high school tayo. Okay? Alam po natin kung nasaan ang numerator. It is written above the line that constitute the total value of whirls appearing on the even numbers, figures, and appears in the primary classification. So, ang numerator, nandoon po yung even numbers na 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Kapag denominator naman, it is the odd number. Okay? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay? Hindi na po tayo magdadagdag ng 11. 10 lang po ang daliri natin. Okay? 10 lang po ito. So, numerator, it is the even and at the upper. Okay? Kapag denominator, nasa lower at nandoon naman po yung mga odd numbers. So, denominator written below the line that constitute the total numerical values of whirls appearing on the odd number figures and appear in the primary classification. So, ito po yun, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. If no whirls appear in the set of the fingerprints, an arbitrary count of 1 over 1 is given to both numerator and denominator. For example po, walang whirl. Okay? Walang whirl po na nakita, maglalagay pa rin po tayo or ilalagay po natin yung arbitrary count po natin na 1 over 1. Then, we have the 4 stages in obtaining the primary classification. Kapag sinabi po kasi nating primary classification, meron po yung pairing. Okay? Meron tayong first pair, second pair, third, fourth, and fifth. Sino ba sa 10 ito na daliri ang magkakasama? So, unahin po muna natin sa ating right hand. Ang magkasama po si thumb and si right index. Okay? Itong thumb and right index, meron po siyang numerical value, which is 16. Okay? Kapag si right middle and right ring, meron din po yung numerical value. Okay? So, yan na po yan. Yan ang magkakasama. And then, okay, right little and left thumb. Okay? Yan po yun. Yan naman po. Same, may numerical value. Itong dalawa. Okay? Itong dalawa at yung dalawa naman po ang magkasama. Okay? Fourth pair, left index and left middle. Then, fifth pair, left ring and left little. So, meron po yung mga numerical value. Ito po yung mga yun. Okay. Whorls appearing in the first pair have a numerical value of 16 for each whorl. For example, si right thumb and si right index mo parehong whorl. So, 16 na po ang ilalagay doon. 16, 16. Then, kapag second pair naman, yung pareha, may 8, 4, 2, and 1. Ang 1 po is yung fifth finger. Okay, so ito po yun. Makikita nyo, ito po yun. As the table shows, okay, so this one, ito po, ito yung first pair natin. Okay, si right thumb and si right index. Ito naman yung second pair po natin. Si right middle and right ring. Okay? Then ito, si 4, this one, and this one, okay? Yan naman po si right little and left thumb. Then ito, yung dalawa, yung may numerical number na 2, ang magkapareho naman po dyan is si left middle, left index and left middle. And lastly, this one, okay, eto na po yun yung magkasama. Si left ring at si left little. So, yan po ang mga numerical value nila. Okay, so eto po yung mga yon. Itong buong ito. For example, sa primary pa lang po tayo. Ang dami-dami na po. Okay, so for example, lahat whorl ang nandito sa pattern mo. So, ganyan po ang magiging itsura ng table. Okay, so, eto po yun. To know the numerator and the denominator, okay, in the pairs, the first pattern of every pair is the denominator, while the second pattern of the pair is the numerator. There are 5 numerators and 5 denominators in the pairs in a set of 10 fingerprints. Huwag po nating kakalimutan yung odd and even numbers. Ang pinakauna, which is the number 1, odd number po yan. Kaya dapat ilalagay po siya sa denominator. Kapag number 2, which is an even number, sa numerator po. Okay? Yung first pattern of every pair, palaging denominator. Kasi po, odd number po siya. Kapag odd number, denominator. Kapag even number, numerator. Kuha? Okay. So, to get the sum total of the numerical values of the whorl patterns assigned in the set of fingerprint plus the arbitrary count of 1:1. So, eto na po yun. We have the numerator and the denominator. So, eto po yun. Okay? So, 16, 16. Okay? 8, 8. So, equals to 31. Magpa-plus 1/1 ka. Ano yung 1/1 ulit? It is the arbitrary count. Para po, mag-equal to 32 po siya. Huwag po nating kakalimutan yung 1/1. Kailangan po yun. Okay? We have 1,024 possible combination of primaries beginning 1:1 or the arbitrary count. Rules for amputation of fingers missing at birth. So, if one finger is amputated or missing at birth, its fingerprint pattern is based on the opposite finger. For example, nawawala si thumb or na-amputate si right thumb. So, paano po kukunin ngayon? Paano yung primary classification? So, opposite, kukunin yung fingerprint pattern kay left thumb. Okay, pareho na sila ng fingerprint pattern kasi nga nawawala si right thumb. Ganon po yon kapag amputated or missing. Paano naman if both fingers are amputated or missing? At birth, they are considered whorls. Okay, wag po natin kakalimutan. For example, yung dalawang thumb natin amputated or missing at birth. Paano ang gagawin? Okay, pareho na po silang whorls with meeting traces. The rules are applicable to the 6 classification. Huwag po nating kakalimutan yan. Okay? Then, we have the subsecondary classification. Subsecondary classification is based on types of patterns appearing on the index fingers of both hands represented the capital and the small letter groups. Ito na po yun. So, a secondary classification by capital letters group, it is executed by exhibiting the capital letter symbol of the individual type of pattern from two index fingers, which is these two, of both hand after the primary classification. The fingerprint appearing in the right index is the numerator while on the left is the denominator. So, ito po yung ilalagay po nating symbol. Ito po yun. A for plain arc, T for tented arc, R for ulnar loop. This is the rat family. Okay? Ito po yung rat family na yan. Ulnar, okay? Plain whorls or lateral pocket loop. Central for C, double for D, and X for accidental loop. Okay, so yan po yung mga symbols po na ilalagay natin in the future kapag po gagawin na po natin itong mga ito. Okay? I repeat, ang secondary classification, kukunin po yan sa ating index fingers. We have the secondary classification by small letter groups naman po tayo. So, in secondary classification by small letters po, this refers to the three types of fingerprint pattern, namely the plain arc, tented arc, and radial loop. Whenever any of these patterns appear in any finger except in index finger, the symbol in small letter B exhibited in the classification line before and after the capital letter group. So, for example, yung itong plain arc, tented arc, and radial loop lumabas po sa kahit anong fingers po natin except the index fingers. Ang gagamitin po natin is the small letter group. Okay? Like this one, A, T, and R, or the rat family. So, wag po natin kakalimutan kapag nakakita po tayo ng loops or nakita po natin si plain arc, tented arc, and radial loop dito po sa fingers po natin, thumb, middle, ring, and little, ang ilalagay po natin or ang i-exhibit po natin is the small letter groups. Okay. When two or three of same fingerprint patterns appear, such number as the case may be, preceding such pattern is written. Excuse me po. Okay, so number as the case may be preceding such pattern is written when a certain type of fingerprint pattern intervenes and does not belong to the small letter group. The place intended for such finger is represented by a dash to show or indicate which finger belongs. I repeat. Okay? When two or three of same fingerprint patterns appear, such number as the case may be, preceding such pattern is written. When a certain type of fingerprint pattern intervenes and does not belong, okay, doon sa tinatawag po nating rat family, the place intended for such finger is represented by a dash. Okay, dash po. Okay, for example, this one. Dito is radial, ulnar, tented, tapos we have the central pocket loop. Ang ilalagay po natin dito is dash or wag na po nating lagyan ng symbol. Why? Automatic na po yun na kahit hindi mo siya lagyan ng symbol, alam mo na na hindi po siya kasali. Okay? Kasi nga po, ibang pattern ang nandoon. Okay? Don't worry. Once po na matapos yung midterm, at itatackle po natin Okay, kukunin po natin yung formula regarding that one para po mas maayos po nating maintindihan. So, we're done with the primary and secondary. Let's go now for the subsecondary classification. Sa subsecondary naman, we need to talk about the inner and outer. So, this is derived through the process of ridge counting, the loops or ridge tracing the whirl. So, bibilangin po. Kapag loop ang pinag-uusapan, you need to ridge count. Kapag whirl, ridge tracing. Why? Kasi po, para po alam mo kung inner or outer po siya. Like this one. Okay, we have also IMO, inner meeting or outer. Whirls are ridge trace and the result of such tracing is represented by the letter symbols I, M, and O. Kapag IO, sa ridge tracing po yun, sa loop. So, ridge count, it is the total number of the ridge intervening between the delta and the core. Alam nyo naman na po yan, tinuro ko po kung paano mag-ridge count. Kapag ridge tracing naman po, okay, you need to trace the ridges po. So, this one, rules in ridge count of loops. Ridge count always start from the delta, okay, towards the core, but do not include the delta in core in counting. So, wag po nating isasama sa counting si delta and si core. Ridges are counted only when they actually cross or touch the straight between delta and core. For example, nandito si delta, nandito si core, nandito si delta, dapat yung straight line po na yan. Okay, dapat na touch. Kapag trifurcation, syempre tatlong count. Bifurcation, 2. Crisscross, 2. Meeting, 2. Enclosure, 2. Ending ridge, 1. Dot, 1. Long and short ridge, 1. Yan yung mga counts po natin. Pero as long as na touch, okay, yung straight line nung mga ridges, bibilangin po yun. So, ridge counting of whirls. In ridge counting, or in counting ridges in whirl, the count is taken from the left delta to the core in the right hand, and from the right delta to the core in left hand. For example, ang i-ridge trace mo is your right hand. Okay? So, dapat magsimula ang ridge counting mo sa left delta, papunta kay core. And kapag ang i-ridge tracing mo naman is your left hand, okay, magsisimula ang counting kay right delta, papunta kay core. Okay, ganun po ang pag-ridge count po ng whirl po natin. So, this is the table ridge count for loops. So, eto po yun. For example, ang nabilang mo lang is 1 to 9 ridges. Okay, inner po yun. Pero kapag 10 or more, outer. Sa index po yan. For example, yung ridges or yung ridges na mula kay delta papunta kay core is 1 to 9 lang, inner po siya. Pero kapag 10 or more, outer. Kapag middle naman po, okay, kapag 1 to 10, inner. Kapag 11 or more, outer. Ring, okay, ring po. Kapag 1 to 13, it is the inner. Kapag 14 or more, it is the outer. Okay, sa loops po yan. Paano naman kapag sa whirl? Whirl, IMO. Loops, IO. Okay? So, ridge tracing. The tracing or tailing the ridge or ridges commencing from the left delta going across towards the right delta or nearest distance to the right delta. So, table for ridge tracing in whirls. When 3 or more intervening ridges goes inside in front of the right delta, the tracing is known as inner. Okay? Kapag meron po tayong tatlo, okay, tatlo or more intervening ridges papasok kay right delta, okay, or nasa harap ni right delta, okay, inner po yun. Pero kung less than 2 okay, intervening ridges, meeting po yun. Pero kapag 3 or more intervening ridges goes below the right delta, the tracing is outer. Below, nasa ibaba ni right delta. Okay? Meeting ay outer po ang tawag doon. So, kapag whirls, IMO. Kapag loops, IO. So, we have rules in ridge tracing po. Okay, so rules in ridge tracing. So, una, ridge tracing always start from the left delta going to or nearest right delta. So, tracing po, left delta to right delta. Okay, hindi po siya papunta kay core. Papunta po siya kay delta to delta. Yun po yung tinatawag po nating ridge tracing. Okay, hindi na po siya papunta kay core. When the ridges being traced end up abruptly, the next ridge below is treated as its continuity to affect the tracing. So, kagaya ng sabi ko, kapag abrupt po yung nakita natin, okay, continue lang po yung pag-count or pag-trace po papunta sa kabilang delta. When the left delta is at the end of the ridge or on a dot ridge, the next ridge just below is tracked down to culminate the tracing. For example, ang nakita is ending ridge or dot ridge, yung nasa ibaba po nila, okay? Siya po ang magkukontinue ng tracing. Okay? When the ridge being tracked forks into two branches, the lower branch is trailed until the tracing is consummated. So, kapag dalawa po, bifurcation, okay, yung nasa ibaba po ang ititrace. Okay, ganun po yun. So, yan po yung roles in ridge tracing po natin. Then, we have the major classification. In major classification, it is created by the ridge count or whirl tracing of the thumb. Okay, sa thumb naman po tayo, which are represented by capital letter symbol SML or IMO. This concern with the thumbs of the hands and it is placed just to the left side or before the primary classification. Loops. The ridge count of loops appearing in the thumb is indicated by symbol SML, small, medium, large. Okay? Kapag loops po yan. Kapag the ridge count of loops appearing in the thumb is indicated by SML. This is the formula. Formula 1, on the right thumb only. Right thumb ha? Sa major classification po tayo. Okay? Kapag 1 to 11, ridge counting pa rin po tayo. Kapag 1 to 11, S or small. Kapag 12 to 16 ang nabilang, medium. Kapag 17 or more, large. Okay, yun po yun. When left thumb has 17 or more ridge count, the formula will apply to the right thumb. For example, yung left thumb po natin, meron po kayong nabilang na 17 ridges or more. So, ang kakalabasan po niyan, ito naman po yung formula na ia-apply po natin. 1 to 17 is small, 18 to 22 is medium, and 23 or more is large. So, ganon po yun. Okay? Kapag ito po, sa right thumb po natin, nagkaroon po tayo ng 17 or more, ang ia-apply po natin, hindi yung formula 1. Ang ia-apply po natin, yung formula 2, which is 1 to 17 is small. Kasi nga po, more than 17 po, or 17 po ang nabilang ninyo doon sa right thumb nyo po. Okay? Ridges on the right thumb is 17, for example. Ito po, nandito po sa ibaba ang formula po na gagamitin natin. Okay? Or yan po yung i-apply po natin. Next, we have the final classification. Kapag sinabi po nating final classification, appear after the subsecondary classification. At extreme right portion of the classification formula. The range count of loop or whirl in both little fingers are expressed in number. The right little finger is used as numerator and the left little finger is the denominator. Kagaya ng sabi ko, fraction po tayo. Kasi po, meron po tayong numerator and denominator. Huwag din po natin kalimutan yung arbitrary count na 1 over 1. Okay? And every total na makukuha po ninyo, kailangan nyo pong mag-plus 1 sa numerator at the same time sa denominator. Rules in obtaining final classification. So, una, if a loop appears in one little finger, this one, kapag loop po ang pattern na nandito, okay, and a whirl in the other, okay, enumerate both the ranges count by tracing the whirl as an ulnar for counting purposes. If no loops appear in any of the little fingers, whirl may be used to obtain a final classification counting from left delta to the right, counting from left delta to core in the right hand and from right delta to core in left hand. Huwag po natin kakalimutan yun, excuse me. Na in range counting, kapag ang nare-range count mo is the right hand, magsisimula ang range counting mo sa left delta, hindi po sa right hand. Okay? Baliktaran po. Kapag right ang ni-range count, magsisimula ang counting kay left delta papunta kay core. Pero kapag left hand ang ni-range count, magsisimula ang range counting kay right delta papunta kay core. Hindi po kapag left delta magsisimula. No. Okay? So, tandaan po natin yon. When there are two or more cores, which usually apply to accidental whirls, the range count is made from left delta of right hand and right delta of the left hand to the core, which is the less number ranges distant from the delta. In case of double loop, the range count is to be made from the delta to core of the upright loop, where double loop or horizontal, the nearest core is used. Kung ano po ang pinakamalapit na core. Okay? Ang haba ng binasa ko, pero ang gusto lang sabihin, kung ano ang pinakamalapit na core, yun po ang gagamitin po natin. Lalo na kapag accidental whirl or double loop. Kapag accidental whirl po kasi, for sure, dalawa ang core nun kasi dalawa ang pattern doon sa loob ng finger pattern mo. Kapag double loop, dalawa din po. Okay? So, in simple, or para mas simple po, hindi na mahaba, okay, ang gagamiting core is the nearest, okay, to the delta. Okay, yung pinakamalapit po sa delta po natin. Yun po ang gagamitin na core. Hindi po pwede na dalawa sila. In cases where both little fingers are A or T, final classification, okay, then ang ilalagay po is a dash in the numerator and in the denominator. A, ano ulit ang A? It is the plane arc. Ano ulit ang T? Tented arc. Okay, kapag yan po ang lumabas sa final or sa little fingers mo na dalawa, okay, dash po ang ilalagay natin, both the numerator and the denominator. I repeat, ang hinahanap po natin is loop and whirl, not an arc. Okay? Next, we have the key classification. This is the last division of the fingerprint classification system. The ridge count of the first loop appearing in the set of fingerprints on the chart or card beginning the right thumb but excluding both little fingers. If the set of fingerprints are all whorls, the right thumb is treated as an ulnar loop. For example, lahat po ng fingerprints na meron kayo is whorl. Okay? Yung right thumb po, magiging ulnar loop po siya for counting purposes. Okay? Kapag lahat, if the set of fingerprints are all whorls, right thumb is treated as an ulnar loop for counting purposes. Whatever ridge count is obtained, that is the key classification. Note, first loop ridge count in the set of fingerprints except both little fingers is the key classification. So, except po natin yung little fingers po natin. So, yung itong apat lang po. Exemption to the rule. Sabi nga natin, in every rule, there is an exemption. If all the fingerprints belong to an arc family, the classification formula would be represented by a dash. Okay? Kapag lahat po ng fingerprints po natin sa left and right hand po natin belongs to the arc family, dash, 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 dash po ang ilalagay po natin. Okay? Exemption po yan. Exemption to the rule of key classification. So, we have the FBI extension. In the FBI, okay, the age or AGE extension is utilized as a reference group, while a presumptive dead file are maintained. However, a 5 years allowance is given to allow for a discrepancy on the prints bearing the ages 50 years old and above. Kapag sa age group naman, 1 to 54 sa regular file. 55 to 74, reference. 74 and over, we have the presumptive dead file. Kapag ang age mo po is 1 year old up to the 54 years old, nasa tinatawag kang regular file. Pero kapag 55 ka na hanggang 74, nasa reference file ka na. Pero kapag 74 and over, dahil nga po matanda ka na, 74 years old ka na, merong possibility na kunin ka na ni Lord, okay? ang file na mapupuntahan mo is in the presumptive dead file. Okay? So, madaling sabi po tayo para hindi na po tayo mahirapan na intindihin kung ano ba yung pinagsasasabi ko dito. Reference lang po tayo sa age group. Kapag reference searches naman, 50 to 54 reference to reference file. 70 to 74 reference to presumptive dead file. 75 and 79 reference and regular file. 80 and above reference to regular file only. Reference searches lang po yan. Pero kadalasan pa rin po, it is the age group kung saan po nila tinitingnan, kung saang file nila ilalagay yung fingerprints mo. Kung sa regular, reference, or sa dead file na po. Okay? Ma'am, bakit nangyari yan? Or bakit merong ganyan? Para mas madali po yung paghahanap nila. 'Di ba? In fingerprinting, meron po tayong tinatawag na sequencing. Okay? Because of that, para po alam nila, ito na yung taon niya, so nasaan na siya. So, kapag 74 and over, alam mo na sa presumptive dead file siya nakalagay. Okay? Para madali po ang paghahanap. Ganun po yun. Huwag nating pahirapan yung sarili natin. Mahirap na nga eh. Okay? So, I think this is the last, tawag po dito, last slide. Kasi kukunti naman po, iilang slides lang naman po ito. It is regarding the fingerprint classification system. Huwag po nating kalimutan na dapat 4 lang po ang division natin. Kaya lang naging 6 because of the FBI extension. Kaya po naidagdag si major and key division or classification. Okay, so kagaya ng sabi ko, the formula itself in that every division of the fingerprint classification system by final na po. Okay, kasi kung ngayon ko po siya i-discuss, lalong-lalo na po, nire-record ko, mahihirapan po kayong intindihin. Kasi nga po, yung formula, tig-iisa pong formula per division. So, baka hindi po kayo umabot sa graduation, talagang hindi na po kayo gagraduate niyan, di ba? So, gusto ko naman na umabot kayo, pero sana, pumasa din po kayo sa personal identification muna bago po kayo mag-isip na, oh my God, aabot na, eto na. Ilang months na lang, gagraduate na ako. Ops, teka lang muna. Pumasa ko muna sa subject ko bago mo isipin yan. Okay? So, joking aside po, pero hindi ko po gino-joke yung sinasabi ko na kapag diniscuss ko yon, okay, talagang aabot pa po tayo by next year. So, let's see kung matatapos kong i-discuss yung different formula for that different division of the key or the fingerprint classification system po. Okay? Kung hindi man po natapos, for example, isa na lang na division, hindi po natin natapos, kailangan nyo po talagang ulitin yon. Okay? So, hindi po. Joke lang po. So, I think this is the end of the slide. So, thank you and God bless po. Please, advanced reading po for the upcoming midterm and final examination. Kagaya po ng palagi ko or paulit-ulit kong sinasabi, 4th year po kayo. Alam kong lahat po kayo talagang eager na graduate. Lahat naman po, 'di ba? Kapag nag-aaral ka, yun naman ang gusto mo, yung makatapos para makatulong sa family. Pero syempre kagaya ng sabi ko, ayusin rin po natin. Okay? Wag po tayong pabanji-banjing para po makatapos sa pag-aaral. So, thank you po ulit. Thank you and God bless. Bye!